Psp Lakshman from Triple E Department. My roll number is 209558012. Subject is power system protection. Today my topic is about discussion of advantages of oil circuit breakers. First of all, we have to know about what is oil circuit breaker. The whole type of circuit breaker is an oil circuit breaker. It includes the separate contacts, and the main function of this contact is to separate in and isolating oil. It has a good insulating property compared to it. When the fault occurs on the contact of the circuit breaker will opens with and the oil. When the arc is struck among the two contacts of the breaker, then the heat of the arc will be dissolved by surrounding the oil and separates into a significant value of gases, carbon, hydrogen at the high pressure. The main feature of these circuit breakers is or low cost and reliability and simplicity. And that is the oil circuit breaker, and we are used in the 11, 11, 11 kV, 11 kV substations. Distribution side, we are using the distribution side. And the types of oil circuit breakers, there are two types of oil breakers. One is the bulk oil circuit breaker, another one is the minimum oil circuit breaker. First of all, we have to know about what is bulk oil circuit breaker. This kind of circuit breakers uses a large amount of oil for the connection of the arc. If it is known as a dead tank circuit breaker, as the name suggests, that tank of this circuit breakers is the head of the ground potential. The amount of oil is used in the bulk oil circuit breaker mainly depends upon the system of voltage. For instance, if the system voltage is 110 kV, it gives the 8 kgs of 8 kgs to 10,000 kgs for oil. Similarly for 220 kV, it uses 5,000 for 50,000 kg of oil. In this type of breaker, oil works like an arc, extinguishing the medium and insulate and is used as they insulate the existing parts of the earth from the earth. And we are using the bulk oil circuit breaker in power systems also. And coming to minimum oil circuit breaker, this type of circuit breaker uses the less oil. The name itself just said that the minimum oil only. That means compared to bulk circuit oil circuit breaker, the oil is used in minimum oil circuit breaker will be less. The oil tank is placed on the porcelain insulator for the insulating it from the ground. It includes an arc chamber and that's enclosed within the backlight paper. This circuit breaker includes the two portions. The upper portion is porcelain that is enclosed with the contacts area. The lower portion is supported through the porcelain, and it uses the less space as compared to bulk oil type, and it's not used for the repeated operation is necessary. The main benefit of this circuit breaker or it uses less oil and less space and less in weight, and the tank size also small, and the maintenance is also less. In oil circuit breakers, the size is high and the using of oil is also very high. The maintenance cost also high, and the safety is there is no safety for bulk oil circuit breaker. Coming to construction of oil circuit breaker, construction of this kind of circuit breaker is simple. It includes the current carrying contact that is surrounded in the strong and metal tank, or the tank is loaded with transform oil. The transform oil works on a insulator or arc extinguished medium among the exists in the elements and net. At the peak of the transformer oil, the air can be filled within the tank that act as a pad to manage the transfer oil on the creation of air in the regions of the arc. It observes the mechanical shock of the raising moment of the oil, and it is used to create the oils. And we have the circuit breakers diagram. We have the conductors in our top of the contact chamber, and we have the bushings insulators, and in bottom of the tank we have the oil, and there is a moving contact and a fixed contact. And arc when the circuit breaker will be open, the arc will be uh, present on the between the circuit breaker contacts. The oil tank is the breaker will be bolted on the carry out of the vibration. It causes the while interrupting the high flow of current. This includes the gas outlet which is fixed on the oil tank. Cross over the elimination of the gases. And coming to working of oil circuit breaker, in normal operation of circuit breaker, the contact in the breaker will be closed as well as carry the current. Once a fault happens within the system, then the contacts will move apart and the arc will be stuck among the contacts. Because of this arc, the huge amount of heat is released and the high temperature can be achieved to vaporize nearby the oil to gas. So this gas will be surrounded by the arc and it will be unstable, increase around, and it will move to oil volatility. The arc will be uh, turned off when the space between the contacts like fixed and moving are a certain critical value. It may depends upon the recovery voltage and arc current. The operation of this circuit breaker is extremely reliable and the cheap. The main feature of this circuit breaker is there is no particular device or used while controlling the arc, which is caused by the moving contact. And coming to advantages of oil circuit breaker increase the following terms. It it uses a less amount of oil and it has the high dielectric strength in oil. In oil in the breaker will be absorb the energy of the arc when the decomposition, and it requires the less space also, and the risk of fire can be reduced, and maintenance also less, and coming to maintenance cost also less. And these are the advantages of oil circuit breakers. And coming to disadvantages of oil circuit breakers include the following. This uses the less quantity of oil such as the carburation amount will be increased. Removing of the gases within the contact space is different. And the dielectricity will be declined with the oil quickly because of the high quantity of carbonization. Arcing time is high and does not and it takes time to quench the arc also, and it does not allow the interruption with high speed also, and controlling of arc interruption can be done based on the length of the arc. The it can forms any violet mixture through the air also. And coming to applications of oil circuit breaker. Applications of oil circuit breaker OCD. It's used in the substations which your oil circuit breaker is used. It acts as a good dielectric medium and quenches the arc also, and which is used to extinguish the arc also. Oil circuit breakers are used in the small and medium applications for the protection of distribution lines and the distribution lines, that is the 33 kV and 11 kV or less than 11 kV also, and subsidy. And the oil is used is very good insulator and the smaller clearance between like conductors. earth components. And this is the topic. Thank you, sir.